pack leaders? This is here with Friends of Irony, protecting families by protecting the pack. And today we're going to look at the OMG coin setting for Mad Hatter using the HAAS online trade bot. Now, I've kind of auto-tuned it for a good couple weeks, but I think it was pretty good for where it is, so I kind of left it off and decided to do a video. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. We look at the, this is a 1 day back test here, is 4.75%, so this is kind of where it left off. Okay, we do a 2 day, kind of march forward, kind of see how things progress here. And now I would say there's a kind of, you know, it was trading here before, but now I don't know why the back test is saying it's only trading down here rather than up here. So it is what it is, but let's move forward. And there it is, 4 days, 6 days, 9% for 6 days. We'll kind of look at, see how it's trading. Buy, sell, and then buys on the down. And I think it kind of got stuck right there, but was able to get out over here. And then let's go for 1 week. Okay. Now I've kind of noticed something kind of weird. If I do 1 week again, I don't know if it changes or if I flip it. I was back testing this earlier. Same way, it's 32% for 2 weeks. That's kind of how it's buying and selling right now. So buy, sell, buy and sell, buy, sell up. Okay. Now if I went back to 1 week, see what happens. 2.4. So I would ask HAAS why it's doing that. Where in 2 weeks it buys more often, but 1 week buys a little differently. Maybe it's the starting point. I don't know. And then 1 day I'll go 4.7, and if I do this and I go back to it, it might go negative. But you know, at least that's what I had observed earlier. I don't know if I could duplicate. So something like that. See, something like there, and I go back. I don't know. Alright, so anyways, I think it's just a good idea to see how it can trade throughout the day. On 1 day it'll trade from back here on a 2 day kind of starts from back here but didn't pick it back up. But we'll have to do a live test on a smaller amount. I always do a small test going forward. And so let's go ahead and share the settings with you guys so you guys can check that out. Here it is. Trade amounts. You should probably increase that a little bit. I didn't bother to fix that, but I will when I make this live. There it is. Dev up, dev down, comma, 0 deviations, your RSI, EMACD. Okay, so this is actually running on a with the auto tuner. So I'm able to manage this on a Chrome browser now. It's working much more stable now. Let me just show you a quick run through real quick. I'm gonna run it on my side. You won't be able to see it because it's running off the browser, but there'll be kind of like a pop-up window for now. Once I get that created, and you'll be able to control your Chrome browser from that pop-up window. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a quick MA test, which is moving average only test, or optimization, and we'll get that ready for you. So bear with me here as I find the one I want to do for you guys. There it is, MA only test. Let's go ahead and run that, and you can see that once it's ready, it runs on a nice browser. It's like 2 weeks. Now I've kind of made a few things where before it was back testing too quick and it wasn't grabbing the ROI fast enough, so it kind of lost some data or some so I kind of slowed it down a little bit, so it's gonna be fast as HAAS is able to process the back test. Now I tried using the back test remote, but there's a little bit of a technical programming thing where I can't tell when the back test remote is on. So based on the element that I'm looking at, I've kind of tried a few things, tested it, but it seems like I can't nail it down to where if I click on it, clicking on it will, and it says make the back test remote disappear or reappear, and there's some elements I'm inspecting that I've tried it. I might tackle it later, but for now I'm going to use the way it is so that I can move forward with it. But I have all the controls already set up. It's just a matter of when this backtest remote shows up, because it doesn't know when it shows up, and when I click on it every time, it can actually deactivate it, kind of thing. And there's no real way for me to keep it on. So until I solve this little issue here, then I can use the backtest remote. But at the same time, you know, I guess it's simply just hitting that button. It's the same thing where I can maybe activate it from the beginning and not mess with it, and not really check it to see if it's still on or not. I put some checkers on there, but it doesn't seem to be checking it the way I want it to check. So anyways, so there you go, guys. It's gonna sweep through the different moving averages, and it's a lot more stable now. It doesn't crash. Hasn't crashed on me yet, but but so far it's been very stable, and it actually picks it up very cleanly. A lot of the issues where fields weren't being filled has all been solved, and then it presents you with the final moving average. That's the best one at the very end, which it wasn't doing before. So that's some of the updates that I've added to this here. So now you can see a full screen, nice and big, and you don't have to worry about being like this little truncated screen, so you can see all your stuff better. Okay. Alright, so hope you guys enjoy that. We're gonna be releasing this new one on Sunday. It's February 28, 2018 right now, so I'll be releasing that on March 4th. So I'm just gonna do some more testing, add some more features that as I can. There's so many ideas I want to put in here, but I know that if I have to cut it off somewhere, otherwise I'll never release anything to you guys. So, and hopefully I don't break anything along the way of adding cool features into it. So that's the other thing too. So I make sure that I get the bare minimum there improved, and then release it, and then I can build upon the code and improve it further and further. Now there's other features, let me know. I still need to work on the perturbations, where right now it's doing by percentage, but it's gonna step by whole numbers instead. But maybe step big, but as it finds where it's good, then it'll zero in and step smaller around it and kind of find where the best setting is, kind of thing. So that's in the works. We'll try to squeeze that in this week. If not, then it'll probably be on the next build. But I just want to get the bare functionality out. It's on the Chrome browser. It's more stable. Right now it's just making it stable. That's my goal right now. And then trying to get a GUI interface set up. I'll have a basic one. It'll still look bad. And I'm going to kick it off to maybe one of my designer programmer guys that I know way back when. He'll probably pretty it up a little bit, and then we can release it on the next build. So at least it will function. It won't look good, but you know, there it is. So if you guys are interested in getting your hands on this, for early birds, it's pretty much a lifetime license that you guys get with this for supporting this group. And also we have a spreadsheet optimization keys that kind of helps you start off. Sometimes the initial guess seems to be what keeps people from moving forward or using the tool or getting a good setting. So I'm gonna have a big global spreadsheet that's kind of shared, and I don't know if I'm gonna get that on this build or not, but that's also another key important feature I want to add. So many good ideas. And then that way you can just click on it, everyone's contributing to that spreadsheet. It's gonna pick up the settings with the best similar price points. Of course not the same, but at least it's the best guess that we have. And then based on that, it'll then massage it and, you know, select the best one from that, and then expand on it, and then rebuild onto that database, so that we have an army of bots later on that we can just deploy, and then we can manage all of them. We can adjust the trade amounts for all of them automatically by group. Of course, we'll have some control, because we don't just turn off everything and just, you know, it'll be a big mess. So there's some control where we need to then put into a separate group, and then whatever you put in that group is what we're gonna activate and deactivate, and also change the trade amounts on there quickly, instead of having to click every single one by one. Okay. Other than that, it'll be able to log in. It'll be able to. Then these are later on features. If it does crash, you can restart. But if it does log in by itself, where was I going with this? I don't remember. Okay, that's all I have for you guys. We'll see you guys inside, and continue to protect families by protecting the pack, and we'll see you then. All right, talk to you later. Oh, if I deserve your upvotes, please follow me on Steemit and upvote me if I've earned your upvote. And if it makes you money, I appreciate it if you would also join us on the inside. All right, I'll talk to you then.